think if I snug around, you can just get straight up.
All right, thank you all for coming out. Welcome to the official weigh-in for UFC Fight Night, Keator versus Ige. First fighter to the scale, taking part in the second UFC main event out of Methuen, Massachusetts, Calvin Keator.
Hold still for a minute, baby. Let him wait.
146.
146, the official
Minute,
weight for
5
Calvin
seconds.
Keator.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, baby.
All right, Calvin Keator is first up. Good morning. This is Esther Lynn.
All right, next fighter to the scale, number 9 in the world at bantamweight, but competing at featherweight here tomorrow night. Please welcome Cody the Spartan Stamen.
And we have a feed from our reporter, Guillermo Cruz in Abu Dhabi, who is there sending us this video. Right now I've got Cody Stamen weighing in.
$145.
145, the official weight for Cody Stamen.
4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you, baby.
Our next fighter to the scale, also in the UFC featherweight division, Lerone Murphy.
Whoops. Looks like somebody kicked our camera. So that's cool. I hope they kick it back at some point.
146.
146, the official
5
weight
seconds. 5,
for Lerone
4,
Murphy.
3, 2, and 1. Thank you, baby.
All right, next up, UFC bantamweight division, we welcome back Aaron the Dragon Phillips.
All right. Whoever kicked our camera out of place needs to put it back. But I guess not. Oh, man. Wish I could go over there and fix it, but I am in California. Not in Abu Dhabi. But hey, at least you get to find out who's playing in, right?
135.
135 for Aaron
5
Phillips.
seconds. 5,
Aaron
4,
Phillips comes in at
1. Thank you,
135.
sir.
All right, next up in the UFC flyweight division, Diana Belbitsa.
125.
125 on the nose for Diana Belbitsa.
4, 3, 2, and 1. Thank you, baby.
All right, next up, back to the featherweight division, Ricardo Ramos.
$145.
145, the official weight for Ricardo Ramos.
2, 1. Oh my God. Sorry. It's all good.
All right, staying in the featherweight division, please welcome Chris Fishgold.
Tá carregando ainda?
$149.
149 for
Cameras
Chris
ready?
Fishgold.
Camera here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Acho que é bateria.
149.
Acho que é bateria. Tu mexeu aqui?
Acho que alguém estourou.
Ah, alguém esbarrou? Ah, tá.
All right, next up in the women's flyweight division, please welcome Meatball Molly McCann.
Hi, Molly. Good. How are you? Good to see you.
$145.
125 on the nose for the number 15th ranked contender, Molly McCann.
3, 2, 1. Thank you, baby.
All right, next up in the bantamweight division, Jack Shore.
$136.
136, the official weight for Jack Shore.
3, 2, 1. Thank you. It's hurting. I'm like, he's like, don't point too high. I'm gonna look like this. No, all good.
All right, next up in the featherweight division, taking part in his first UFC main event, Dan 50K Ige. 145, the official weight for Dan Ige.
3, 2, 1. Thank you, baby.
All right, next up, part of the co-main event in the UFC flyweight division, number 13 in the world, Tim Elliott.
Two five.
125, the official weight for
5,
Tim Elliott.
4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, baby.
There's a lower board here. Back.
All right, next up, in the light heavyweight division, we say hello to Modestas Bukauskas.
Two and five.
205, the official
5
weight for
seconds. 5,
Modestas
4,
Bukauskas.
3, 2, 1. Thank you, sir.
All right, next fighter to the scale in the featherweight division, Jared Flash Gordon.
One four five.
145 for Jared
Ready
Gordon.
at 5, 4, 2, 1. Thank you, baby. Gotta go, baby.
All right, next to the scale, half of our co-main event in the UFC flyweight division. Please welcome Ryan Benoit.
One 26.
126
Ryan.
for Ryan Benoit.
Right ahead, baby. Back camera. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, baby.
All right, next fighter to the scale in the women's flyweight division. Please welcome Liana Jojua.
One 26.
126, the official weight for Liana Jojua.
All right, Leanna Jojo comes
2,
in at
1. Thank you.
126. Let's do that. Good morning. Let's try this introduction one more time. This is Esther Lynn for MMA Fighting. We've got Guilherme Cruz over there in Abu Dhabi on Yas Island.
All right, next to the scale, set to make his UFC debut here tomorrow night, the light heavyweight division, he is Andreas Michailidis.
Look at that. Andreas. Usher them over.
Straight ahead.
206,
5
the
seconds.
official weight
5,
for Andreas
4,
Michailidis.
3, 2, 1. Thank you.
All right.
All right, next up,
Leader.
part of the featured prelim in the middleweight division on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Please welcome Khamzat Chimaev.
I'm gonna have to work on practicing how to pronounce that.
Six.
5 seconds.
186
5,
for Khamzat
3, 2,
Chimaev.
1. Everybody get that? Thank you.
186. Good morning, Cheeto.
Well, 18 then? 17.
All right, let's recap here. The main event has already weighed in. We've got Calvin Keator and Dan Ige both making weight. Calvin Keator coming in at 146. Dan Ige coming in at 145. Tim Elliott and Ryan Benoit have not come in, I believe. And then we've got Cody Stamen, who came in at 145, waiting on Jimmy Rivera. Meatball Molly McCann came in at 125. I'm not going to be able to say this. Khamzat Chimaev, I hope I said that correctly, came in at 186 just now. Ricardo Ramos came in at 145. Lerone Murphy at 146. Modestas Bukauskas, with a good interview with Mike Heck, came in at 205. Andreas Michailidis came in at 206. Jared Gordon came in at 145, and Chris Fishgold seems to have missed weight at 149. I'm trying to get a little more info on that. Let's see if I just made a typo. Nope, 149. He missed weight. I did not hear anything about it being a catch weight, so we'll keep you updated on that. Liana Jojua and Deanna Belbita made the flyweight limit. Liana coming in at 126. Deanna coming in at 125.
All right, next up, first fight on the main card in the welterweight division. Please welcome Munir Lazez.
All right, and we are going to continue with the weights.
One second, Mom.
171, the official weight for Munir Lazez.
3,
All right, Munir Lazez
one.
comes in
Thanks,
at
man.
171. I'm just going to update that graphic for you.
And his opponent, back for the first time in nearly 2 years, Abdul Razak Al Hassan.
All right, 2 years away. Abdul Razak Al Hassan. who will be facing Munir is.
$174.
174, the official weight for Abdul Razak Al Hassan.
Thank you, man.
3 pounds over the welterweight
174,
limit.
so he misses weight here in his first fight in 2 years.
Yes.
Not sure if that is going to be penalized or not. We'll find out for you. Oh, just kidding. Ryan Benoit did win. I just missed it because I was busy typing something else. All right. So we're just waiting on Tim Elliott from
Somebody
that
lean on the light?
co-main event. Okay, one more time while we wait. Whoa, somebody kicked the camera again. That's cool.
Parece que não.
Yes, Boom Boom Coil. The asterisk next to their name means they missed weight. I am still trying to get confirmation on what the fine will be and whether the fights are still going. Looks like I missed a couple people while I was.
Thank you. Make rotations. 3 o'clock. Yeah.
What's the other fighter that can sway?
Fish go.
Fish go.
Who's the last person in the history?
All right, next fighter to the scale, the number 8th ranked bantamweight in the world, competing at featherweight here tomorrow night, Jimmy Rivera.
$145.
145, the official weight for Jimmy Rivera.
3, 2, 1. Thank you, babe.
Big. Is that a weight issue? Thank you.
We have it in a website, right?
Okay.
We're still searching, but we think salary
Okay. So we've got. Looks like Kenneth Berg is. We're getting reports from MMA Vikings that the last minute fighter, he was, oh, actually not last minute, but he took the fight on a few weeks' notice, and he is having trouble making light heavyweight, this Norwegian fighter, Kenneth Berg. So the first fight of the night is off. They will probably not be able to find a replacement on the island here. So let's take that off the graphic so don't get confused. And I will just delete it because it seems, when it's crossed out, it seems like somehow he died or something. So let's change that. So Kenneth Berg, unable to make weight. First. Gonzalez. Berg is now off. It's the first fight of the night. Okay, so let's get that update for y'all. Okay, so before we were waiting on a bunch of fighters, but now we are just waiting on Tyler Santos and John Phillips because Kenneth Berg will not weigh in, and there's a little typo right there. And the first fight of the night is now off. So, slightly less fights for our fight card tomorrow night, our UFC Fight Island 1. So to answer, drink more water, no. That first fight of the night is no longer happening. So Gonzalez versus Berg will not happen. So unfortunately, we have, if you are just tuning in, we lost a bout at the beginning of the card. And we are only 40 minutes into the weigh-ins here, so we actually have a pretty decent amount of time. The fighters still have an hour and 18 minutes left to weigh in. And we would be waiting on Tyler Santos and John Phillips. Again, if you're just tuning in, Kenneth Berg will not weigh in. He was having trouble making weight. Sorry, he's having trouble making weight. So Gonzalez Berg will not be the first fight of the night anymore. We don't know what the fight order will be, but as of right now, we've got Aaron Phillips versus Jack Shore, but they might move that around. We'll see. So we bought ourselves an 11 fight card as of now. Pretty much everyone from the main card is weighed in except for Brazilian Tyler Santos. And we're waiting on John Phillips, who is fighting Khamzat Chimaev. Chris still got an hour to weigh in. Why did he cancel? I don't know, but he might be having a very hard time, maybe to the point where it's not healthy and the doctors might have stopped him from cutting weight. We don't have that information just yet. Let me just make sure I'm not missing it from another channel here, because our reporters are working on this. And maybe I'm not reading their notes. No. Don't know. Yeah, he could not make weight in a healthy manner, so. Let's see. That's there. So. Someone is asking, Esther, is it you? Yes, I've thought I've introduced myself. I guess I'm being a little too quiet this morning. Sorry. Good morning. Let's see. Here is the statement from the UFC regarding Kenneth Berg. Due to weight management issues, light heavyweight Kenneth Berg has been ruled medically unfit to compete, and his fight against Jorge Gonzalez is cancelled. UFC Fight Night Kattar vs. Ige will proceed with 11 bouts and air on ESPN and ESPN Plus simulcast starting at 7 p.m. ET, 4 p.m. Yes, Kattar made weight. Keator. Calvin Keator made weight at 146, Dan Ige at 145, Tim Elliott 125, Ryan Benoit at 126. Jimmy Rivera came in at 145, as Cody Stamen also came at 145. Yes, they normally compete at bantamweight, but both fighters agreed to compete at featherweight. Got Molly McCann at 125, and we're waiting on Tyler Santos. Abdul Razak Al Hassan came in at 174, missing weight, against Munir Latez, who came in at 171. We're waiting on John Phillips, who is fighting Khamzat Chimaev, who came in at 186. Ricardo Ramos came in at 145. Lerone Murphy at 146. Cage Warriors Modestas Bukauskas came in at 205. Andreas Michailidis came in at 206. Jared Gordon came in at 145. His opponent, Chris Fishgold, seems to have weight at 149. Looks like someone kicked our camera again. Liana Jojo came in at 126. Diana Belbita at 125. Aaron Phillips at 135. And Jack Shore at 135. And let's see if we can fix that. But in the meantime, we're just waiting on two more fighters. Tyler Santos versus Molly McCann. So we're waiting on Tyler Santos, and we're waiting on John Phillips, who is fighting Hamzat Chimaev in the middleweight division. So 2 more fighters. Still got well over an hour left. See someone coming in to fix the camera, but it is way too low. So we'll wait. There we go. Okay. So and don't forget, we still have over an hour left to weigh in. Neb is asking about the accommodations. The fighters themselves are staying at the W Hotel in Yas Island. I had the fortune of staying there last time. It is quite a nice hotel. Writers are not staying there. Our reporters are staying in a different hotel in Yas Plaza down the street from there. So let's see. We've got over an hour left, 2 fighters left. First fight of the night, Kenneth Berg versus Jorge Gonzalez, has been canceled. Looks like the camera got moved again. Oh, and again. All right. Are the mixed weight fights canceled or cut first? So, we don't know yet. We are waiting on our Guilherme Cruz, who is there in Abu Dhabi, is waiting for confirmation from the UFC as to what they are going to do with the 2 fighters that missed weight. We are still waiting on 2 more fighters. And one more time, if you're just tuning in, the first fight of the night, Kenneth Berg versus Jorge Gonzalez. Kenneth Berg will not weigh in. He had trouble making weight safely. So that fight has been called off.
Still very early for it. Hi, darling.
See why this is just such a colossal shit to do. I mean, start.
Oh, we do too. They didn't say that it was scheduled. Still there. So none of them knew they had to come downstairs and do photos. And I didn't get JB because he just sleeping in his phone. And then they use our room for medical. So they have to tear our stuff down and move it out. And set it back up. It's like a 90-minute process to separate them back out. For them to set up chairs for them. Like, y'all can use another one.
All right,
Room that
so
has tables and chairs.
one more time.
Y'all use the room that has the most sophisticated setup.
Okay, David Mahmoud wants to keep asking.
It's crazy.
So I will finally answer so you can stop asking. I am not Indonesian. I am from Taiwan. I was born in America, though. There should be a Fight Island Performance Institute. No, thank you. It is very hot on Fight Island. I don't think anybody wants to spend extra time there. So if you are just tuning in, you might be able to see right there on the bottom of the screen, Kenneth Berg will not weigh in, and so his fight versus Jorge Gonzalez is off the card. UFC will proceed with an 11-fight card. And I will go ahead and read the official statement from the UFC regarding Kenneth Berg. Due to weight management issues, light heavyweight Kenneth Berg has been ruled medically unfit to compete, and his fight against Jorge Gonzalez is canceled.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awful.
And the next one is so people are saying like they should that's just incredible if you like follow it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you all for your patience. Next fighter to the scale, light heavyweight division, Jorge Gonzalez.
Oh, well, Jorge Gonzalez is still going to weigh in, I assume, so he'll still get paid. All right, Jorge Gonzalez weighing in. Oh, his face is cut off.
205.
205, the official weight for Jorge Gonzalez.
Made weight, so won't be fighting, but he did make weight.
205. That was 205, right?
Shane Cass wants to know, what does medically unfit mean? Usually means he could not make weight in a healthy manner without damaging his body or liver or something. So don't know if he passed out or whatever, but that's the statement they released. Medically unfit. So
All right, next fighter to the scale in the women's flyweight division, Tyler Santos.
all right, we've got Tyler Santos coming in. That's great.
125.
125, the official weight for Santos.
All right, that's great. Molly McCann versus Tyler Santos is now official, with both fighters making 125.
What?
Zulu. Zulu.
Oh no, stare down's a late. Wait, for a reason? Are we supposed to? Oh. Somebody direct her off the stage. Help the young lady out. Yeah, somebody help her.
Chris W. wants to know if Gonzalez gets paid still. I am assuming he weighed in so that he would get paid still. So he did make weight. He did make the light heavyweight limit. But his opponent, Kenneth Berg, was not able to weigh in, so his fight is off the card.
Is that it? Or there's someone else?
No, it's two more.
Two more?
So we're still waiting on John Phillips.
Who else is coming?
We've got
Kenneth
one more left.
John Phillips.
Yeah, someone coming.
John Phillips hasn't weighed in.
John Phillips is out as well? John Phillips?
Oh no, that's the last one.
Yeah, that's the last one.
She's the last one?
No, John Phillips is the last one.
Oh. Yeah, I'm confused.
It's not coming.
Oh.
Yeah, fight's off.
The fight's off?
Yeah. I think he just made way to
To get his.
paid. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Glad y'all know. UFC staff don't seem to know. Thank you, media. John, can you let me know what else is happening?
Sorry about that.
What would the UFC staff do without the media telling them what's happening?
We got you.
Appreciate it. We're in John's innocence.
It looks like we've got some comments saying that Jorge Gonzalez is fun to watch, and it is a real big bummer that that fight is off the card. I am sorry. That does suck. That is unfortunate. But you still have 11 fights on this UFC Fight Island. Calvin Keator versus Dan Ige card. Yep, there is one other light heavyweight fight on the card. Too bad they can't all fight at the same time. All right, so let us go back through the card. We've got at the top, we've got Calvin Keator versus Dan Ige, and Calvin Keator came in at 146. Dan Ige came in at 145. Tim Elliott came in at 125 versus Ryan Boy at 126. Jimmy Rivera, Cody Stamen, both bantamweights, have agreed to fight at featherweight just for this bout. Both men came in at 145. And in the flyweight women's bout, Molly McCann versus Tyler Santos, both fighters came in at 125.
I missed it. Don't cover your eyes there. There you go. Nice and smooth. That'll be a good sequence.
Yeah. Deranged correct.
That's flour.
And we've got Jared Gordon at 145 against Chris Fishgold, who came in at 149, who missed weight. I have not been told that that's a catch weight, and we are still also on a reporter there in Abu Dhabi to let us know what the deal is with that. Liana Jojo came in at 126, Deanna Belbita came in at 125, and Aaron Phillips came in at 135, while Jack Shore came in at 136. We still have an hour left of the weigh-in for John Phillips to come in, but I do hope that John Phillips does not make us wait the entire hour. Because that would be a really long time to wait for one fighter. But, you know, we don't get to decide that. I can't really tell him to hurry up, so.
Because it's
No, but you can
No.
stay up.
But again, if you are just joining us, the first fight of the night was supposed to be Jorge Gonzalez versus Kenneth Berg. And Kenneth Berg was unable to weigh in, will not weigh in.
I have learned that
But Jorge Gonzalez made weight, so he'll at least get his show money. Guilherme is there live in Abu Dhabi. He is in the back of the room. We were unable to get him on the mic here, but to answer, is it hot out there? I was there last September and also in April once, and April was bearable, but September was so hot. And when I got there in September, the hotel staff told me that it was a lot cooler than the week before. So, and that it's been really nice. So, me thinking it's so incredibly oppressively hot, they thought it was just fine. So, that should tell you how hot it should probably be right now. Our reporter, Guilherme Cruz, said that at 6 a.m. on Sunday morning, when the card was still going on, as the main card started for us, for them there in Abu Dhabi, 6 a.m. over there, 7 p.m. over here in the Pacific time zone. He told us that it was 92 degrees Fahrenheit with some serious humidity going on. It was quite hot still. Do we have anyone on Fight Island? Yes, we have our reporter, Guilherme Cruz.
again, I've heard go to bed. I didn't go to bed immediately after.
Hugo wants to know why they are, why is there a Wednesday card?
somebody told me it could definitely go into the
And I mean, they're trying, my theory is that UFC is trying to get in as many cards as possible so they can make their contracted number of broadcasts for ESPN. Canceled quite a few cards in March and April, so and May. And so they're trying to make up for lost time. cramming 4 cards into 3 weeks.
It feels like I just talked to my son a couple hours ago and he was
So.
happy, but obviously I didn't because it's been
Yeah,
almost
there are going to be, this is the second of 4 cards in a matter of 3 weeks. So it's Wednesday card, Saturday card, and then another one the following Saturday.
11 o'clock last night. I can't. Whatever. It shouldn't be this hard to figure out. I'm just gonna sleep when I'm tired. I don't feel good every doing that. I'm just gonna go home, take a 2 or 3 hour nap.
And right now we're under an hour waiting for John Phillips. We've got 58 minutes.
But we're here like 2 hours. Feels like we should almost be done. We just got out of quarantine last night. I'm like, what's happening? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's a mind trip. Because we're here at Williams. It's like, okay, well, that means the fight's tomorrow.
Right, exactly. What's going on? It's a very tricky situation.
Yeah, so Wednesday's podcast
Now I'm jealous of the ones that get to Thursday.
is at 7 p.m. Eastern,
I guess I better get some coffee.
4 p.m. Pacific. Again, it'll be simulcast on ESPN and ESPN Plus, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, which is 3 a.m. Gulf Standard Time. Samir Noor, let's answer this one more time. Let's go back to the weights here. Why is Kenneth Berg not weighing in? Kenneth Berg was unable to make weight healthily, safely. So Gonzalez Berg is off the card. David Mahmoud wants to know if Ariel Helwani is a nice guy in real life. Yes, I worked with him for over a decade, and it was a good decade. When are the face-offs? The face-offs are going to be after this, at the top of the next hour, at, if you're in the Pacific time zone, 8 a.m., 11 a.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Gulf Standard Time. What is the British Standard Time is? You're gonna have it's minus 3 hours from Gulf Standard Time. So let's see. You'll have to figure it out. Yeah. So 7 p.m. Eastern for the broadcast, 4 p.m. Pacific. And if you're waiting for the face-offs, they will happen at the top of the next hour at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Gulf Standard Time. Met the Schmo and Helen. Yes, they're very nice people. I got kicked out with Helwani. Yes, at UFC 199, but we got back in a couple days later. And in terms of the the face-offs being at the top of the hour, we say that, but it also kind of depends on when Dana arrives, so it might be late. Last time it was like 20 minutes later than they thought, so. Michael says, good morning, Esther. How's Yas Island treating you? I am sorry, Michael, but I am not on Yas Island. This video is coming to you from our reporter, Guilherme Cruz, who is normally based in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. And he made the long journey for us at MMA Fighting all the way to Yas Island. I was there last September and many, many Aprils ago. I did like it. I have to say, Yas Island has this fantastic water park that is really good, really fun. Some ridiculously ginormous water slides that require like 6 people on a float to get down, and it was really probably one of the highlights of my last trip there. Obviously not open right now, but maybe eventually. I got the truck telling me one of the best. It is the best water park we've ever been to. That's true. Okay, it is the best. It was really, really good. Also, even better because it was pretty much empty. We got there kind of early in the day right when it opened, and again, it was very hot. So there wasn't a ton of people, and it was really fun. So if y'all ever end up in Yas Island, go to the water park. So again, sorry, I am not on Yas Island this time.
Oh, so don't say anything bad? Now you tell me. Sure, thank you. Thanks. I didn't mean it.
Sorry, everyone.
I love everything and everybody.
Something's going on over there. All right, so Casey is, for some reason, just bothering me and not bothering y'all. But we got about 50 minutes left for John Phillips to weigh in. Yes, the main event is a 5-round fight.
You live fucking out of the world, motherfucker.
And so, again, everyone had weighed in except for John Phillips. And we have 2 weight misses. Abdul Razak Al Hassan came in at 174 for his welterweight bout, and Chris Fishbowl came in at 149 for his featherweight bout. And we are waiting on our reporter there, Guilherme Cruz, who is in that room, to let us know what's going on with those guys that miss weight. Hugo wants to know if there's a dress code on Yas Island. Not really, but as I mentioned before, I don't know, was talking about the water park. It was so hot and so bright. I mean, it's honestly recommended for you to wear a rash guard and coverings, because otherwise you'd get just fried in the heat. So fried in the heat. So yeah, let's see. Let's get in any kind of updates from our writers there.
I ordered a few things online to watch the fight. That was around 1:32 a.m.
What happened? Michael wants to know what happened to the last girl that weighed in. There was some confusion on stage. No confusion. Tyla Santos came in at 125. She's fighting Molly McCann, who also came in at 125. So there's 2 women's flyweight bouts on the card, and all the women in both bouts midweight. And so people asking about whether, oh yeah, sorry, the confusion was she walked off the wrong side of the stage. Usually they kind of walk on one side and then they, walk through to the other side because there's usually a door on the other side. But probably that is not how this room is laid out. So.
That's the only thing I like about chicken.
That's the only thing I've ordered. I ordered the salad for lunch, and when he delivered my food after that $42.
But yeah, we have over 45 minutes left for John Phillips to weigh in. Everyone else has weighed in, except for Kenneth Berg, who was not able to make weight safely. So he has been taken off the card, and Jorge Gonzalez weighed in so that he'll get his show money, but he made the light heavyweight limit, but his fight is off the card. So now there's only 11 fights. I'm assuming by the show money. I don't really know, actually. It's, hopefully, Guilherme can answer that soon. Let's see.
But yeah, it was, all that was free.
Let me look through the comments here. Hugo, any book deals to get your photographs published? Nope. No book deals yet. So if you know any publishers and they want to offer me lots of money, I will take it. Hello, David from Afghanistan. Hi, says Max versus Yair is next. What do you guys think of that fight? Max Holloway versus Yair Rodriguez. That seems like a really fun fight. Oh, someone kicked the camera again. Jerks.
And I didn't find it to be
jerks. Let me get that fixed.
And they make real cheese sandwiches. You have to ask for it.
No updates on John Phillips just yet. He still has quite a bit of time. He has 45 minutes to make weight, so you know what? This camera angle is on purpose. It's did you know this is called in film, this is called a Dutch angle? When it's off kilter like this. Dutch angles. So yeah, no, we're just bringing this to you artistically. Oh, no. Here it's going to get fixed by this kind human.
Like when I went to Brazil, I sent my son to Brazil for 3 months to train.
Again, we are... Yes, it's true. See, the truck is like yelling in my ear right now, and he wants me to remind all of you that this is mixed martial arts. The word arts is in here, so, we are trying to be a little arty-farty here. How do I know that it's called a Dutch angle? Oh, well, I went to film school.
I don't like to touch it raw.
This is the voice of Esther Lynn for MMAfighting.com, and someone is asking me how I knew that a crooked angle is called a Dutch angle, off kilter, and that is because I went to film school. Yeah, I studied cinematography and documentary.
Thank you, bro. I know, it gets me in trouble before.
Me too.
I'm going to stop talking about 10-8 rounds.
Tell that guy to go get John Phillips. Oh, believe me, yes, I wish somebody would go get him. But unfortunately, I don't know where he is, and I can't make him hurry up. So, John Phillips, you've got 44 minutes to weigh in.
I was just telling him I don't eat beef, so I'm good.
Yes, I did.
Thanks, AK. Dutch angles. We're going full Brian De Palma today. Brian De Palma, I believe, is the director of one of AK Lee's favorite films.
But I just got out of quarantine, so I've just had the quarantine meals. The chicken was good.
films.
Yeah, I mean,
He's looking to have a steak. Does the garage?
that might be different.
We got, let's see, 43 minutes.
Like, I know what it is.
I mean, one of my colleagues, maybe Stuart,
Jackson Base wants to know how they came up with the name for MMA fighting. I don't know. I was actually, just gonna chit chat here. I'm gonna tell you, I've been with MMA fighting since before it was called MMA fighting.
Did you order something else?
Ariel, Casey, and I started working together in 2009. 2009. And at that time, we were actually owned by AOL. Yep, America Online. And the site was a subsidiary of Fan House, so we were AOL Fan House in the MMA division, and we were a Fan House for quite a few years, until SB Nation purchased us from the Fan House and rebranded us as MMA Fighting. So yeah.
I was telling him I didn't eat for 21 hours because it took them almost 4 hours to deliver my food. Like, by the third time I called down, I'm like, look, I ordered the roast chicken, but just send me some food. Whatever you want. Just send some. I said it's been 21 hours.
3 p.m. needs an update. Or what do you mean by Berg not being able to make weight safely? The doctor stepped in. Yes, the doctor did step in and stop the weight cut. So, or at least we're told that. The official statement from the UFC is just that he was not able to make weight safely. So the first fight of the night, Jorge Gonzalez versus Kenneth Berg, is now off the card.
But I wasn't putting it all together at first. I was just
So.
ordering off the a la carte menu and signing. So all of a sudden they called my room like, sir, we need a credit card on file. And
We are waiting on John Phillips, and we've got 40 minutes now for him to make weight.
all's well.
And it's
Then when they did let him up to my floor, and they were
not fun for me because, you know, I'm the one updating the weight, so now I've got a lot less to do on the graphics here, but
serious business here.
And then, I went to try to film a documentary. I couldn't get to that floor.
Your keywords for your floor only. Is that true? I think I'm next door to because next door to me is a big suite.
so
Because when I'm on my balcony, that
look at that.
balcony goes like
The
around.
truck has added a countdown
I
clock
got on the
for
elevator. There's
us.
only so many rooms down my hall, and I don't think he's in a regular room. So he came down.
So
right behind me, and
we can
he's next door to me. I think
count
he's
down to the very second
So,
when John Phillips, how long John Phillips has to weigh in.
he's got all the papers, everybody last name's A through D.
Yes.
So he's going through it. He didn't have one for me when we started talking. So I ended up in school.
And David Mahmoud says that Ariel's from Afghanistan. Actually, he's from Lebanon.
But it's random, like Derek Thompson or Zach. It's just
It's not random. If it was random, people like me. And
Okay,
would
see,
have got one.
well, he was lying.
Oh, yes, you're right.
No, if it was random, it's random for all you guys. The announcers, the
Okay,
executives.
let's see.
You guys don't got them. Read it. It's fine. I don't
Let's
care.
see. Let's look for some questions in the comments. See if there's anything I can answer.
That got a sweet back in. Name a normal person that got a sweet.
I hate when you use that word.
What happens if John Phillips doesn't turn up? Well, if John Phillips doesn't turn up, then I guess his fight against Hamzat Chimaev is off. Which is unfortunate for Hamzat Chimaev, who made weight at 186.
I can assure you, because
Yep.
when he got to his room, he was freaking out excited.
I'm not saying.
Oh, you know what? We should get a search party together for John Phillips, because no one can fight until we find him. Can somebody out there on Yaz Island go looking for John Phillips?
First class.
Because I'm sure.
John Phillips. Someone ping John Morgan over there, or someone just let him know to go look for John Phillips, so that we can get this card going.
The upper echelon of the.
Let's go.
See, the thing is,
Let's
though,
go.
anybody who cut their
Let's
television
find John Phillips.
like I did, feels the way I do, because like I started, like, so I shared a cubicle with another guy, right? Because we were digital media, we were like the redheaded stepchildren for ESPN.com, right? So I would put my suit on in the toilet stall, right? And literally, you could be the bottom feeding talent in Fox.
The truck says, why am I asking John Morgan where John Phillips is? Is it because all the Johns know each other? No. My assumption was that John Morgan is there in that room, and maybe he can go find John Phillips. He can leave his MMA jacket stream for just a sec. Okay, so let's see. We are waiting. We've got 37 minutes left, and everyone else is weighed in, except for Kenneth Berg, who is not going to weigh in at all. His fight is off the card against Jorge Gonzalez.
Hey, what's happening?
And so we are just here, waiting to see if he makes weight. So, in the meantime, I'm just gonna recap for y'all. In the main event, 5 rounds, featherweight division. Calvin Keator made weight at 146, Dan Ige at 145. And Elliott made weight at 125, Ryan Benoit at 126. Jimmy Rivera came in at 145, as well as his opponent, Cody Stamen. Molly McCann came in at 125, as well as Tyler Santos, so that men's flyweight bout is set. Abdul Razak Al Hassan came in at 174, which is not the welterweight limit. We are waiting to hear from our reporter there live, Guilherme Cruz, as to what kind of penalty will be enforced. Munir Lasses came in at 171. We're waiting on John Phillips, but his opponent Hamzat Chimaev came in at 186. Ricardo Ramos came in at 145 against Lerone Murphy at 146. Modestas Bukauskas came in at 205 against Andreas Michailidis at 206. Jared Borden at 145. Chris Fishgold missed weight at 149. Vienna Joshua came in at 126 against Vienna Belbita at 125. And Aaron Phillips came in at 135 in his fight against Jack Shore, who came in at 136.
Okay, but I'll let you know if he comes. Or we'll just do it ourselves. It's one person. I can yell it out.
People keep asking if Keator missed weight. No, he made weight. 145, 146. That is, it's not a championship bout. 146 counts. You get a 1 pound allowance if you're not in a title fight. So, again, main event, 5 rounds, but not a title fight. Keator versus Ige, both guys made weight. And right now, we are now under 35 minutes. 34 minutes left for John Phillips to weigh in. Let's see if there are any questions in the comments here. The lady's name that calls everyone baby, is she coordinator? Yes, she is the production coordinator. She's actually the production manager. Hey Esther, how do I take photos like yours? You can't. I'm too good. Just kidding. I don't know. You just gotta keep doing it. I've been doing it I've been shooting for like 13 years or 14 years or something like that. Professional for 12. So, I actually started photographing in like the early 2000s on film sets, and I moved over to fighting in 2007. 2006? At the end of 2006, I started doing video production for fighting, and then 2007, I started shooting fights. So So, if you are just tuning in, I'm going to read a statement from the UFC regarding Berg Gonzalez. This is from the UFC. Due to weight management issues, light heavyweight Kenneth Berg has been ruled medically unfit to compete, and his fight against Jorge Gonzalez is canceled. UFC Fight Night Kattar Keator. Oh my God. UFC Fight Night Keator versus Ige will proceed with 11 bouts and air on ESPN and ESPN Plus, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific.
I'm obsessed.
Are you?
I've literally watched it every day since July 3rd. And I downloaded it on one of my phones and I can't watch it here because it's a Disney Plus thing. But I thought because it was downloaded.
Jackson Base wants to know if I use disposable cameras for fun every once in a while.
That was the purpose.
Jane Cass wants to know if you should bet against Fishgold because he missed weight. Well, it depends, because Chris Fishgold actually came in pretty early, and we don't know if he missed weight because he just didn't want to cut down to 145, and he would rather just pay the penalty and not get the depletion and the exhaustion from having to make weight. So you don't know. But Jared Gordon came in at 145, so I don't know. Hugo wants to know who are my BFFs during live events. My BFFs. Well, my BFF is my husband, Casey Leiden. But man, I have lots of really good friends over there in the media. I am really bummed I can't be there to bother Oscar Willis of the Mac Life right now. It is so fun to bother him. Boston, Gordon made weight, but Fishgold didn't. Correct. Chris Fishgold missed weight, as well as Abdul Razak Hassan also missed weight. We are waiting to hear from our reporter Guilherme Cruz, who is there in that room in Abu Dhabi. No, what the final be.
So it's check out biopic of Alexander Hamilton.
And I'm not a history person. So like in high school I took the class, but like
And for those of you wondering, I am not there in Abu Dhabi. I'm at home
to know that he was an immigrant
in Los Angeles.
and established our country with the other founding fathers. He was just a very brilliant man. Boy, he was brilliant at the age of 14. He was running shit over there, and they thought he was too smart to be stuck in the Navy, so they all amped up money to send him to the colonies because we weren't in the United States yet. And he came over here and went to Queens College because it wasn't Princeton yet, because we weren't in the United States yet. And yeah, and then he worked for George Washington because George found out how smart he was, and he ended up being George Washington's assistant to start.
And didn't he put he's one that created the central bank, right?
He created our treasury system. Yeah.
So why did Lin-Manuel decide Alexander Hamilton?
He went on vacation. He picked up a book that this guy named. Matter of fact, it's funny because I told my son, my birthday's next month. I was like, I want this book for my birthday because it's the one Lin-Manuel used to write the book. I can't think of the guy's name, but he picked up this book written by this guy about Alexander Hamilton. For some light reading on vacation, 900 pages, and from that book, he was inspired to write the book. It took almost 7 years to write it. And there's a song in it called. Has something to do with not giving up my shot. I love to talk my shot or whatever. He said it took him a year to write that one song. But I'm gonna get this book.
So I know John Adams hated Hamilton because he didn't want to start another central bank because that would make us rooted to England. Kind of what they're trying to get away from. So John Adams is Hamilton's kind of a villain.
Yeah, they didn't really like him. This Ron Chernow. So he picked up this book on his at the the airport on the way to vacation. Read it on vacation. But I already asked my son to buy it.
And if you are just tuning in, Gonzalez Berg is off the card because Kenneth Berg was unable to make weight safely. He was medically unfit to continue cutting weight. I have been asking for an update on Phillips, but we don't know yet.
Is he like a Scottish or like is he like what is exactly? Because he's from like UK. His lineage is
The language is from the Caribbean, not Europe.
but who colonized the Caribbean?
I don't know. But that's not. I think it's part.
What Jigsaw wants to say, I hope Fishgold versus Gordon still happens. I hope so too, because it's going to be a great fight, and I think it will. It's only a couple pounds, and you know, it's a pandemic. A lot of people, there's a lot of other reasons why people might miss weight, things like that. You just don't know. So, yeah, he didn't make weight. Fishgold didn't make weight, but I don't see that fight not happening. I don't see those guys going all the way from New York to Abu Dhabi, from the U.S. to Abu Dhabi, and not continuing. And our Guillermo Cruz on the ground there on Yas Island in Abu Dhabi tells me there is no additional information on John Phillips. They do not know where he is. But he still has 25 minutes to weigh in. So, you know, he's still got time. Still got time. Nathan Bunce wants to ask, does anyone think that McGregor will fight this year again? I don't think so. I mean, I can't imagine that they're going to have crowds anytime soon, although here in Abu Dhabi, they were able to get in a couple of VIPs. But, I mean, you're not going to sell out a card that starts at 6 a.m. Live anyway. But no, I don't think Conor fights this year, unless the audiences come back. Michael wants to know what TV shows I'm watching right now. I'm watching Perry Mason. And I am watching the third season of the German show Dark, which is fantastic.
That was for 5 minutes out there? Yes, you do, love. Oh, we're all joking, people.
I remember my first show in Fortaleza, June 8th, 2013.
Hugo says, hi, Esther. Do you have any favorite paintings? Yes, I have lots of favorite paintings, actually. A ton. And I would not be able to list them all. Of course, I am a fan of the Dutch Masters. And also
overdosed on rainbow hummus at this point. I've had like 7 times.
I haven't had it in 3 days.
a big fan.
I reset.
Well, that was my first.
Sorry, I'm being told by my coworker,
Schedules off, sleeping schedules off.
Jose, that his girlfriend Julia loves Dark. Dark is so good. It's such a good show. I'm obsessed.
Actively campaigning against that.
Yeah, exactly. Anthony is wrong.
Obsessed. And I also really love Hieronymus Bosch, Garden of Earthly Delights and The Last Judgment. You know, I'm into depictions of hell.
When did you realize?
Caravaggio for studies of light.
You're like, first body's like, huh. Second body's like, no, this is wrong.
And then I had probably 4 others.
Big fan of Mark Rothko.
Literally had to get it like outside the room, you know. Oh man.
Ashley Brandon would like to know if Felder is commentating and cornering on this card. I believe so.
That was the first.
I don't actually. I know he's commentating, but
They didn't feel the need to shift anything. Everything's the same. They just cut the first fight.
There you go.
Normally it's like, so now we're gonna move this to here and this to here and this to here. This fight's off. You remember that?
Yeah, it just got so, I like just a nice little accent. They just have to have some sound.
We both.
Right, but it's so,
Wide awake.
I just go like this. I'm like, just give me the ball.
Yarn in a few months.
Yeah.
Oh, someone kicked the camera again. Jerks. Oh, sorry. Right. I was directed to say that we have decided to go with a very artistic angle here. Nathan Bunce, you are, yes, New Zealand is COVID-free and allowing crowds. However, everyone at your crowds is from New Zealand. The country probably would not want all of these international fighters, so many of them who have tested positive and not been able to enter, coming into their country. And also, in order to be in their country, you have to quarantine for the full 2-week period. So I don't know that UFC would go through that 2-week quarantine with everybody in order to hold the card there. So that would be kind of difficult. Looks like we got AK answering some comments here. Yeah, I am quite upset, but apparently Americans will not be allowed into many countries. Definitely not going to be let into New Zealand because we do not have COVID under control. Not even close. Oh. Looks like we're playing with the countdown format a little bit here. And again, now we're at 18 minutes left. And John Phillips has not arrived. He is supposed to face Hamza Chimaev. So, unfortunately, we don't know when he will be here, but he has not very much time to make weight now. Less than 18 minutes. Everyone else, though. Everyone else has weighed in except for Kenneth Berg, who's actually just not going to be fighting anymore, not on the card. because he was unable to safely make weight, so he was deemed medically unfit. So his fight against Jorge Gonzalez is off the card. So now UFC Fight Island 1, Keator versus Ige will proceed with only 11 bouts. Start time is 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Simulcast on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Tomorrow night. For those of you that aren't familiar, 4 p.m. Pacific is 3 a.m. Gulf Standard Time. So that means the first fighters will be making their walk to the cage at 3 a.m. local time. Hood Jigsaw says, I can't wait for Prohaska to come up in light heavyweight. I know. I'm so excited. After watching him fight in Ryzen, Prohaska, oh, this is going to be fun. It's going to be really fun to watch him fight. It was already really fun. That was a really good bout on Saturday. Let's see. What else? Any other questions in the comments I can answer while we wait for John Phillips to turn up? And there's a little over 15 minutes left. What time does the main card start? Main card's supposed to start at 7 p.m. Pacific, so 3 hours after the prelims. So same-ish time, basically. 6 a.m. local time. 6 a.m. local time. So yeah. 6 a.m. local time. And it looks like we lost our feed. All right. Well, that is unfortunate. That's all right. We were just waiting on John Phillips. That's all. Yes, Detroit. What? There are 11 fights now. 11 fights starting. The prelims start at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. The main card starts at 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. And yeah, there will only be 11 bouts. The first fight of the night, Kenneth Berg versus Jorge Gonzalez, is off. Jackson Base as John Phillips took the stream down. Probably he just tackled our camera. So sorry, all of y'all. But unfortunately, somebody kicked our camera for the last time, I guess. Jerks. Seriously. These jerks. Just constantly kicking our camera. What is their problem? All right, well. AK with a comment in my work Slack here, so I'm just going to share it because it's pretty funny. He said, John Phillips is taking forever to weigh in, and his fight's probably only going to last 45 seconds. which is probably true. He is in very short fights. So, okay. And I am getting notice from Guilherme that the guys who missed weight will fight. So, Al Hassan and Fishgold, even though they miss weight, they will still fight and they will be fined 20%. They'll be fined 20%. So just one more update here. 11 fights proceed on the card. Even though Hassan missed weight, he will still fight Munir Lasses. And Jared Gordon will still fight Chris Fishgold, even though Chris Fishgold missed weight at 149. Fishgold and Al Hassan will be fined 20%. 20% of their show money. Let's see. Let's look at the questions and the comments and see. Yes. So if you are writing any comments, our wonderful writer Alexander Cayley is responding in the comments, and this is Esther Lynn, photographer for MMA Fighting. I am not in Yas Island because, well, there's no photography allowed. So they are providing us photos from their one photographer, from the UFC's photographer, but unfortunately, due to COVID restrictions, safety, and all that, and other reasons, I guess. I don't know. I was told that there would be no photography at the events, so I am not there, unfortunately. But our reporter, Guilherme Cruz, from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, is there. Yas Island. So at least we've got someone there, but unfortunately, no photos. So not there. Coming to you live from Inglewood, California. Whoa. Let's see. Looks like John Phillips will be coming in soon because I can see. Yep. I see someone coming in to set up the scale. With 8 minutes to go.
All right. Assume your positions. Final fighter to the scale in the middleweight division, John Phillips.
All right. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, He's requesting the towel.
Get the towel.
Did he step back on?
Yeah, I'll get up with
Leave.
I got you. Get that weight down.
So we're waiting on. Okay, the towel's here now. So let's see if he makes weight. Let's see if John makes weight.
Put the towel.
186 for John Phillips.
Put your shorts back on, then we'll do that, okay?
That is my favorite thing. Put your shorts back on, and then you could pose. Oh.
Clothes on.
Don't you love how they just like clear the weight off that scale as
Wait, I'm gonna wait till you get back
soon
on.
as he calls it, or before he calls it actually.
Congratulations. I'm happy for you. All right. Now, leave the towel, guys. If he's dressed, is he dressed? All right, then the towel can go. Yeah. Perfect.
Yep.
Out the frame. Good job.
All right,
Camera,
there we
5 seconds.
go.
5,
Now everyone has
3,
weighed
2.
in.
Thank you, sir. That was 186.
Fantastic.
Thank you. All right, everybody.
Let's update the
Top of the hour, probably.
graphics here.
6 minutes.
Dougie Fresh Sharon.
So we should probably keep this on. Yeah. Yeah. If the. Oh, just kidding. Let's okay, so yay! Everyone's weighed in. Except for Kenneth Berg, which you already know if you're just tuning in. Kenneth Berg versus Jorge Gonzalez is off the card because Kenneth Berg was medically unfit. And just for a minute, guys, I gotta go get my coffee refilled. Just 1 second. Just have some fun listening to the sweet sounds of the press room in Abu Dhabi.
Oh, thank you. I only asked you that the other day. Yeah, that's him. Right there. Jonathan Groff. And he only has a small role. He's King George. He sings 3 things with songs, but he's hilarious. He's almost my favorite character.
To be honest, I feel like the whole TV is stop falling out. I feel like we're going to spend zero Remember Red Bull, right? Auto Postino, Giovanni Cassato, YouTube highlights. Look at sick.
Wednesday's a break. Wednesday's the first in the U.S. Actually, Thursday. So I'm thinking today's Wednesday because the fight is Thursday. And it's jacking me up. Today is physically Tuesday.
Yeah.
Breaking that midnight barrier just kind of.
Tuesday morning for sure.
Right. 8 a.m. Tuesday. So the fights are still tomorrow. Right, nice and early. By the time I get it, we'll be going back home.
Because the fights, the next fight nights are all Sunday, right? Like weigh-ins are Friday.
Yes.
Weigh-ins are
Yeah, the
Saturday.
next two. After tomorrow, it's Saturday. So we should get a little bit of a break because the fights are a week apart. But it's not like you're going to get time off so you can't go anywhere or do anything.
These guys are saying it's like, so I'm in the beach. And yeah, all right. And you see the rest of the scene.
Right. Because the mall's not safe zone.
Right.
It sucks. I want to go to the mall. Then there's nothing open at the airport. I want to say people. You can't leave the shop at the airport. All that stuff. But we landed. Well, we got on the plane. They quickly escorted. I was the first one off the plane because my seat was right side of me. And they were practically running to the passport control. I'm having a hard time keeping them. They ain't not having it. I don't know if there'll be a store open.
Okay. If you are just tuning in, this is Esther Lynn from MMAfighting.com. Oops, sorry, hit the microphone. This is Esther Lynn from MMAfighting.com. I am normally the photographer for MMA Fighting, as well as the person that makes these beautiful graphics that you see on the screen for the weights. But there's no photography allowed in Abu Dhabi. There is just the official photographer for the UFC shooting. Only one photographer, so unfortunately I'm not there. But I am at home in Inglewood, California. Up bright and early. To share with you the weigh-ins here. And right now we're just waiting on the face-offs. The weigh-ins, official weigh-ins have just finished. The two fighters missed weight. Abdul Razak Al Hassan, after 2 years away from the UFC, came in at 174. And he will be fined 20%. And Chris Fishgold, who was fighting Jared Gordon, will also be fined 20% for coming in at 149 in his featherweight bout. So, and if you are just tuning in and you're wondering what that little note is at the bottom, Kenneth Berg will not weigh in. He didn't weigh in, rather. And Gonzalez versus Berg is now off the card. They were the first fight of the night, and Kenneth Berg was deemed medically unfit, so he is been pulled off the card. And yeah, man, somebody kicked the camera again. Dutch angles. JH would like to know how long I've been doing commentary. I haven't actually been doing commentary for very long. I started doing the Focus series, I believe in 2012? I'm not sure. I think 2012 or 2013. And so I guess I'm pretty seasoned. This has been many years. Many years doing commentary, but yeah. So yeah, the Focus series is when I started doing commentary. I did actually do a little bit of voiceover work or whatever in the background for some promos and things like that. But I've been moving over to doing some of these weigh-ins. Because I'm also the person that updates the graphics. This beautiful little graphic that tells you what everyone weighed in at. So, yeah. I have been photographing MMA since 2007. Jigsaw would like to know why Wonder Boy hasn't fought Masvidal yet, but they have. Wonder Boy won. Matt Shaughnessy, everyone says I should do talk radio. Suppose they have a really good radio voice, I've been told. That's good. Try it out. There is definitely a lot of voice talent needed these days. I myself am working to get into the audiobook realm. Ramos Jr. No, Keator did not miss weight. Stop saying that. 146 is not missing weight. The featherweight limit is 146 when it's not a title bout, and it is not a title bout. It's the top of the card, but it doesn't. They don't have to make 145. They only have to make 146. Ramos Jr., I'm going to ban you if you keep saying that Keator missed weight. He did not miss weight. Question from H. Esther, do your pictures end up on Getty Images or does someone else take those photos? No. I am not there. We get photos from Getty for this event, for all of these Fight Island events. My photos are only on MMAfighting.com and on the SB Nation network, because we are part of the Vox Media family. But no one else is allowed to use my photos. Just Vox Media affiliated companies. The photos we get from Getty are from the UFC and their lone photographer out there, Jeff Batari.
If it's, take the air behind, I'll definitely take care of it. And then we're
I will say, like, yeah, go to sleep. It's like the life it actually does.
I'm going to go ahead and ask people in the comments if they have any predictions for the main event. Who do y'all think's going to win, Keator or 50K Ige? Calvin Keator looked fantastic in his last fight. Jackson Base wants to know if I have to fight the UFC photographer for a position. No, actually, I don't. When there is an event that I am allowed to go to, we are assigned positions. So along the apron of the cage, that's the thing we call that the camera guys walk and the fighters walk on the outside of the cage. Along the apron, on the outside, there are little name tags. And when I apply to work a show, my name is usually written on a little name tag on the side, and I am allowed to shoot from that position only. So, looks like we are getting most of the comments are picking Keator. We've got like, let's say 9-1 right now, Keator Ige for picks. Which is surprising because, it's MMA. But, one more time, I'm just going to introduce myself. This is Esther Lynn for MMAfighting.com. I am normally the photographer for MMA Fighting, but as there is no photography allowed on Yas Island outside of the official UFC photographer due to safety reasons, I am actually coming to you from my home in Inglewood, California, and we've got our Brazilian reporter, Guilherme Cruz, there in Abu Dhabi on Yas Island.
They're like everybody else, except they apparently have not gone down at all, ever. So they just, I guess, they're just skyrocketing.
So right now we are waiting on the face-offs. So all of the weigh-ins, the official weigh-ins have already happened. Everybody except for Kenneth Berg weighed in. And so Kenneth Berg versus Jorge Gonzalez is off the card. So now there are 11 fights on the card instead of 12. 11 fight card. Starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. Tomorrow night from Yas Island in Abu Dhabi on ESPN and ESPN Plus, so you can watch it on either simulcast. In terms of the weights here, we've got Abdul Razak Al Hassan missed weight at 174, and Chris Fishgold missed weight at 149, and both those fighters will be fined 20%. Everyone else has made weight. Calvin Keator at 146, Dan Ige 145, Tim Elliott 125, Ryan Benoit 126, Jimmy Rivera came in at 145, Cody Stamen at 145 as well. Both Molly McCann and Tyler Santos came in at 125. Again, Abdel Razak Al Hassan missed weight at 174 in his fight against Munir Lasses, who came in at 171.
Thank you all for coming out. good to see Dana White back here. Let us get you started. UFC Fight Night, Keator versus Ige, wall to wall on both ESPN and ESPN Plus. All right, first prelim comes away in the bantamweight division. It'll be Jack Shore versus Aaron Phillips. All right, next up, in the women's flyweight division, Diana Belbitsa versus Liana Jojua. All right, moving on now to the UFC featherweight division, Jared Flash Gordon versus Chris Fishgold. All right, next prelim in the light heavyweight division, Modestas Bukauskas versus Andreas Michailidis.
This should be a good fight.
Next fight in the UFC featherweight division, Ricardo Ramos versus Lerone Murphy. All right, and the featured prelim in the middleweight division, John Phillips versus Hamzat Chimaev. All right, now we get to the main card, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. Main card opener comes your way in the welterweight division, Abdul Razak Al Hassan versus Munir Lazez. All right, next up in the women's flyweight division, 15th ranked Molly McCann versus Tyla Santos.
That's gonna be a good one.
Well, this should be a good fight as well.
All right, ladies.
Ooh. Molly, man. Meatball Molly. All up in Tyler Santos' face.
All right, now we featured bout in the featherweight division, Jimmy Rivera versus Cody Stamen.
Look forward to that. Molly is ready.
All right, co-main event at flyweight. Tim Elliott versus Ryan Benoit.
Ryan Benoit returns to the UFC against Tim Elliott.
And finally, your main event for UFC Fight Night in the featherweight division, 6th ranked Calvin Kattar versus number 10, Dan Ige.
All right, Calvin Kattar versus Dan Ige. Now they're going to face off.
What a main event it shapes up as tomorrow night. Thank you all for coming out. We'll see you in about 24 hours.
All right. Thanks, y'all, for tuning in. And we will be back tomorrow night at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern for the start of UFC Fight Night. Calvin Kattar versus Dan Ige. Fight Island card number 1. It's actually the second Fight Island card, but they're asking us to call it Fight Island 1. And don't forget, we have our preview show coming up later, so tune in.